Hello, matey. Good afternoon. Hello, Carla. All right. Let's wait a minute for more people to arrive. Hello, Nathan. Good afternoon. How are you today? Hello, Manon. Good afternoon. Hello, Ethan. Good afternoon. All right. So I changed my plans a little. I wanted to do grammar today, but I thought grammar was very difficult to do online. Hello, Athena. Good afternoon. So I changed my plan, and we are going to continue the new chapter on America because I think it is more simple for you. Hello, Jules. Good afternoon. So today we have a short class. The class is 15, 20 minutes, maybe. Hello, Manon. Good afternoon. Hello, Carl. Good afternoon. So the class is very short, and at the end of the class, there is a quiz. Okay? And the quiz is graded. It is a test. Okay, do you understand? It is very simple, and the questions are in the presentation. So I think it should be easy enough. Okay, and if you are not ready to take the test, you can wait and take the test later. Hello, Anel. Good afternoon. Okay, all right. Let's get started. So. This is still our new chapter. Hello, Jad. Good afternoon. A brief history of the US, and today is part 2. And part 2, hello, Emma. Good afternoon. Part 2 is the Vikings and Christopher Columbus. The Vikings. All right. European colonization. You understand colonization? A colony is the same as in French. European colonization of the Americas started with the Vikings around the year 1000. Okay, because most of the time we say Christopher Columbus discovered America, but the first Europeans to discover America were actually the Vikings. Okay, so this is an illustration of the Vikings on their boats. Do you know what is the name of the boats used by the Vikings? It has a particular name, and they've got a sort of menacing head at the front. Do you see? Okay, and these are Viking. They've got the pointy helmets. Yeah, a drakkar. Absolutely, Manon. Good job, girl. All right, so this is a drakkar, and this is the Vikings. Okay. And this is the route that was used by the Vikings to go to America. So as you can see in the northeast, this is Scandinavia. Okay, Finland and Sweden, etc. Scandinavia, and they sailed. To sail is to go on a boat. They sailed west. First, they went to Iceland, and then they went to Greenland, and then they continued to the west, and they arrived in North America. Okay, so this is Canada. Today, this part where they arrived, the Vikings, it's in Canada. All right. They created a settlement. A settlement is a colony. A colony is where you arrive in a new land, and you install people, okay, and you live in the new land. It's called a colony. They created a settlement, a colony, in North America, but later they abandoned it. Is it clear? So the Vikings, they left America. They did not continue living in America. All right, so this is the first part. So 2 questions on this part. The first question is, who were the first Europeans to discover America? Which is a very simple question. And the second question is, when did they arrive? Is it clear? Who are the first Europeans to discover America? When did they arrive? All right, let me back up a little. Okay, who were the first Europeans to discover America? When did they arrive? Clear enough? Okay, let's continue. Next is Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus. In the 15th century, people in Western Europe searched for trading routes between the Indies and Europe because the old spice trade route was too hard and too long. Okay, so I've put on the bottom right here, I've put some vocabulary. Okay, so a century in French is un siècle. Okay, and the trade is when you exchange goods. Okay, so in the 15th century, people in Europe, they went to India because there were spices like curry. You understand? But there were spices and there was tea, you know, and tea was very important, especially for the English. You know, tea like this. You know? So the English and the French, they wanted curry, they wanted tea, but the route, the old trade route, was very difficult. It was very long and it was very hard. Okay. This is an illustration of the old trade route. So as you can see, the left, this is Europe in the top left, okay, with France and England and Spain, okay. So in the 15th century, the most powerful countries in the world, the biggest countries in the world, were England, France, and Spain, okay, and they had a big empire. So to go to India, they went like this. Okay, they went around Spain. Okay, through the Mediterranean, and then through Egypt, and then all the way to the east. Okay, so it was very difficult. Because it was very difficult, in the 15th century, they decided to look for a new route, to search for a new route. Is it clear? Do you understand? Okay, so the first question is, when does this take place? The second question is, what are they searching for? Search, you know, look for. What are they looking for? And the third question is, why? Why are they searching for it? Clear enough? Okay, some geographers. Geographers are people who do geography. You understand? People who create maps. Is it clear? Some geographers thought the world was so small that ships, a ship is a boat, they could go to the west instead of going to the east. You understand? To the east, on the other side. Okay, you know, some geographers, they thought the world was very, very small, okay? And they imagined that instead of going to the east, like this, nope, the other way around, okay? They thought you could go directly to the west, okay? One question here, why do they go west to go to India? Because India is to the east. Do you understand? If you have question, please write your questions in the box, okay? The Genoese, it's like a nationality. It's a man who is from Genoa. Genoa is a city in Italy, okay? The Genoese sea captain Christopher Columbus persuaded Queen Isabella of Castile to finance an expedition to the Indies. Okay, So this is Isabella of Castile. Okay, she was the Queen of Spain at the time. Hello, Gail. I don't know who is Gail. Good afternoon, girl. The Queen Isabella of Castile. So this is a sea captain. You understand? A captain on a ship. Okay, to finance his expedition. Is it clear? Like this and like this. Clear enough? Do you understand? So this is Christopher Columbus, okay, and Christopher Columbus is from Genoa. Genoa is a city in Italy, okay, and Christopher Columbus, he persuaded. You understand? Persuade, it's the same as in French. He talked to Queen Isabella of Castile, and he persuaded her to give him money to finance his expedition. Clear enough? Okay, two questions here. What is Christopher Columbus's nationality? And who financed his expedition? Okay. In August 1492, Columbus left, to leave. Columbus left southern Spain with 3 ships. Okay, the 3 ships were the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. So these are his 3 ships. On October 12th, after weeks at sea, the ships reached an island in the Bahamas. Okay, so Christopher Columbus, he left Spain in August, okay, and he sailed to the west. And after weeks, August, September, October, so that's like at least 8 weeks, you understand? At least 8 weeks at sea, sailing. He arrived on an island, and the island was in the Bahamas, okay? To reach, you see here, reach, it means to arrive to a difficult destination, okay? So this is a map of the Bahamas, okay? Christopher Columbus, he left here in southern Spain, and then he went like this to the west, okay? Because the old spice route, the old trade route, was from here, and then they went here, like this, and then like this, okay? It was very difficult. So he decided he would go to the west. So he left here, and he went like this, okay? And he arrived here in the Bahamas. So on October 12th, after weeks at sea, he reached the Bahamas. Columbus named this island San Salvador. Okay, to name here, named, it means to give a name to something, to call something. Okay? So he arrived in San Salvador. He thought that the Bahamas was India. He thought that it was islands next to India. Okay? So he called the people, he called the natives Indians. Okay? Do you understand? All right, and then we have 3 questions. How many ships were on the expedition? When and where did he arrive? And question number 3, why did Christopher Columbus call American Indians? All right, and that's it for today. All right, end of part 2. Hello, Augustin. Augustin, we are finished, man. We are finished. The class was only 15 minutes today. Okay, so now, You can go on Moodle. Moodle, English class, 4e. All right, chapter 6. If you go on Moodle, you will find a test, okay? You will find the presentation. If you click here, you will have the same presentation, okay? So you can watch it again if you need. And if you click here, you have a test, okay? There is a quiz. Augustin, yes, it is finished, but today it is very short. You can watch the replay if you want. If you don't want to watch the replay, Augustin, you can go on Moodle, and there is the presentation here. And inside the presentation, there are questions, okay? There are 11 questions, okay? Look, the questions are in the presentation, okay? When you are ready, you can click on this. This is a quiz, okay? Quiz, the Vikings and Christopher Columbus. All right. And then you have the same questions, okay? Who were the first Europeans to discover America? Who were the first Europeans to discover America? Okay, you understand? It is the same questions. And then is it clear? When you complete the quiz, please write sentences. Is it clear? Do you understand? Manon, yes, it is graded. Absolutely. It is a test. Okay, well, I'm finished for today. Do you have questions before we stop? Donc, je reprends brièvement. Je pense qu'on va continuer à fonctionner comme ça parce que ça me paraît plus simple, plus cohérent pour vous. Je vous mets des petites présentations sur Internet et puis ensuite, je ferai des mini-tests sur chacune des présentations. Ok? Donc, si vous avez besoin, vous pouvez re-regarder la présentation sur Moodle. Sinon, vous pouvez regarder le replay. Et vous avez jusqu'à vendredi pour faire le quiz. Car là, quand tu es sur la page du test, là, il n'y a pas de temps limite. Ok? Donc, tu peux prendre tout ton temps. Si tu veux, tu peux préparer en étant sur le document tes réponses et puis ensuite les coller ici. Tu fonctionnes comme tu as envie de fonctionner. If there are no questions, I will wish you a good afternoon and I will see you on Friday. Friday we will continue and we will do part 3. Is it clear? Do you understand? All right. Goodbye, everyone. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.